Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul, and we are so happy you are with us today. Today's video, we are just going to talk about some common sense food pantry staples that we want you all to have on hand. We are not preppers. We are not people who store food for years at a time. We're not. We're just plain folk who make sure that we have enough food in our home, in our pantry, that God forbid we can't get out of the house, we lose power, stores are not stocking the way they should be. We have enough food to last us for a while. Get out a piece of paper and something to write with and jot down these essential items that should be in everyone's pantry. Before we get to these items, let's just talk briefly about why you should keep a stocked pantry. Number one, illness. God forbid you get sick and can't get out to get food. You need to have food and water in the home. Power outages, car problems, inclement weather that you're unable to drive. There are so many scenarios where you need to have a properly stocked pantry. The second one, it saves you money. You're not going through drive-thrus, you're not getting takeout, you're not eating at restaurants because you have basic supplies to create a delicious meal at a moment's notice. Number three, you're not wasting your time, your money, and your gasoline by jumping into a car and heading out to buy basic food items that you should already have in the home. So it's just good common sense, and I encourage you, get your pen, get your paper, and start listing these. Number one, right off the bat, have bottled water in your home. Before I hear comments about having too much plastic by buying bottled water, you really need to keep some water in the home. They say it should be a gallon a day per person. And that's another thing you're going to want to consider as you stock your pantry. How many people are in your home? How many people are you buying for? So that's an important factor. The second item is flour. Whether it be white flour, wheat flour, rye flour, almond flour, whatever kind of flour you eat. Now, we use mostly all-purpose, unbleached flour, and that is what we keep. Now, you can keep flour in its original package and put it on the shelf. But what we do is we buy tons of glass storage containers, and we put our flour and a lot of our dry ingredients in these type of glass containers. They keep things nice and fresh. They keep bugs out. For us, this just works. Flour is great to have for baking, for breads, for muffins, for cookies. So many recipes call for flour. So it is an essential ingredient in your pantry. And to go along with the flour, you're going to want to keep some baking soda. You're going to want to keep some baking powder. You're going to want to keep yeast. These are essential ingredients to create baked goods, and they are another really important asset to our pantry. Number three is sweeteners. Sweeteners enhance the food we cook. Adding a little bit of honey, molasses, we keep sugar in the raw, we keep white sugar, adding a little bit to oatmeal, adding even a little bit to rice. So many recipes call for sugar and sweeteners. Essential to have on hand as well. Number four are your canned vegetables and fruits. What you want to keep these on hand for are quick side dishes, to add to soups, to add to stews, to eat just like this. I do want to encourage you, if you can, to get canned vegetables with no salt added. Vegetables are supposed to be healthy, and when you look at the label and you see the amount of sodium that is added to canned vegetables, it's staggering. If you need to season them yourself with a little salt and pepper. But please try to buy the unsalted veggies. And also, if you're buying canned fruit, Get it in real fruit juice. Don't get it in the heavy syrups. Just a little bit healthier for us. The other item is canned tomatoes. These can go into sauces. You can put them over pasta, use them for soups and stews. Again, just a great item to have on hand. Number 5 are your dried and your canned beans. Again, if you can, get those beans without salt added. Dry beans can be used as a standalone item to eat. Add them to soups, stews, burritos, Mexican food. They're great to stretch meat. Add some cooked beans to your meatloaf, some lentils to your meatloaf. We are not big bean eaters, though we are trying to be better at it. So, of course, I'm not going to stockpile tons and tons of beans, but I do keep them on hand because I know in a pinch we will eat them. Number 6 is rice. Now, we actually keep our rice stored flat in the freezer, but by no means do you have to do that. These jars are perfect to store rice in as well. Number 7 is either dry or shelf-stable milk. We keep these little Trader Joe's heavy whipping cream on hand. It's just a shelf-stable cream, actually. And in a pinch, we could add it to coffee, we could add it to tea, soups, whatever we would need it for. We could actually even whip this into butter. So keep some shelf-stable or powdered milk on hand. Number 8, coffee and tea. These to us are an essential pantry item. You may not think so, and that is fine. You can skip this one. But for us, a cup of tea when you're not feeling well is so comforting with a little sweetener added to it. It is just so delicious to us. I also drink tea every morning. I couldn't imagine Paul going like a week without coffee. So we always have extra coffee on hand. Are these life-saving food products? Not at all, but they are comfort foods to us. And when you're not feeling well or you can't get out of the house, these are very helpful. Number 9 is dried pasta. And right off the bat, that is a meal within itself. You boil some water, even if you keep it as simple as just adding some butter and salt to it. And have a variety of different shapes and sizes of pasta. Have your basic macaroni. Have some egg noodles, which are great in soups and stews. I always keep pastina in the house. What about Ronzoni discontinued its pastina? As a side note, does anyone else eat pastina? I don't know if pastina is like an Italian traditional food or if anybody else eats pastina, but this is one of my favorite foods if I am not feeling well. Just boil a little pastina in water and I add a little bit of butter. It is so delicious, simple, easy on the tummy, very, very good. Number 10 is oats. We always keep oats in our pantry. We keep them in the glass jars again. And so many of these foods can be taken out of their original package and put in airtight glass containers. And a lot of people use plastic as well. Oats can stand by themselves. This is where sweetener comes in really handy. Just a little bit of honey or molasses added to oatmeal really makes it so much more palatable, so much tastier. Oats can be ground into flour and you can bake with it. This is also great as a filler to add to your muffins and to your breads. Add it to meatloaf to stretch meatloaf. So many ways you can use oats. Another pantry essential. Number 11 are your oils and fats. We always have olive oil on hand and we always have either canola or vegetable oil on hand. You can cook with them, bake with them, fry with them. Many recipes include some type of fat or oil. Always keep it on hand. I know a lot of people keep Crisco. You want a shelf-stable fat in the home. Number 12, canned meat or fish. This is just such a wonderful pantry item. You pop open a can of this and you have pure protein. And the same goes with like canned salmon, sardines, chicken. These are all great proteins to keep on hand. You can eat it as is, add it to pasta, make tuna burgers or chicken burgers out of it. The recipes are endless, and this is just such a great item when you need something quick or fast. Pull it out, it's already cooked for you. Number 13, nut butters and peanut butter. What pantry would be complete without them? In a pinch, you could eat peanut butter as is. Peanut butter toast, peanut butter on top of noodles. Oh yeah, that is really good actually. Just a great source again of protein that's already prepared, quick, easy, and very delicious. And number 14 can go with number 13, that peanut butter. I always keep crackers in the home. Your tummy's not feeling well, crackers are easy to digest, they're light, they are a great accompaniment to soups and to stews and to your tuna fish, to your chicken salad, whatever it might be. Keep a couple boxes of crackers. They're just great out of hand to eat like that as well. And number 15 is vinegar and spices. Your basic salt and pepper, garlic, onion, just your basic spices to ramp up some of the blander tasting items that we've talked about. The rices, the pastas, just to give a little flavor. Even if you can't get out of the home or you're unable to get to a store, your food still needs taste. It still needs flavor. You want to make it palatable. You want to make it tasty. And as far as vinegar, you could use it as a dressing, as a marinade. There are so many uses for vinegar, and also to clean if you need to in a pinch. And for your bonus, number 16, and this is super important. It really should be just number 16, not a bonus. Don't forget pet food. If you are unable to get out of the home, your pets need to eat. So we always keep extra food for Dixie and Loris in our pantry in these big glass jars. This way the food stays fresh and it stays dry. It's so important. We have to remember our furry friends. So make sure you always have extra pet food on hand. So those are what we feel are the 16 actually essential pantry items that you should be keeping on hand. Most of us do have a small pantry that we keep, but if you don't, I'm going to encourage you to start taking just $5 a week and buying some of these items when you see them on loss leader sales. When you see these type of items come on sale, or that they're just naturally inexpensive, like pasta you can definitely get for like $1 a bag. Buy them and put them away. Make sure they are stored away from heat, away from moisture. And the other thing we want to keep doing is rotating our supply. Everything should have a date on it, and if not, date them. If you transfer something to a jar, transfer the date that was on that package to a piece of tape on top of the jar. You always want to keep your food supply fresh, and you want it to be safe for you to consume. So that's very important. So if you start taking $5 a week, just $5, and start adding just a little bit at a time to your pantry, you will have a surplus of food in no time. So many of us through January started eating down our freezer, our pantry, our refrigerator, and now it's time to reevaluate and restock if necessary. And what I have done, and I have showed you this before, is I keep an inventory of my pantry with the dates of the items and then a line drawn through them when we use them. This way, I can look at this when I meal plan and know what I have, know what needs to be used up, and nothing goes bad and nothing gets wasted. And another point we just want to emphasize is I know people sometimes say we have no room for extra food storage. And I say, I bet you can find some room. How about in a plastic bin under a bed? How about in a hall closet? How about behind a chair where you can't see a plastic bin? There are so many places that I am sure you could store a little bit of food if you really looked. Now, another point I just want to say also is you're not seeing canned soups here. And I know that is in many, many people's pantry. We just don't eat canned soup, so that would not be something that we would keep on hand. But that is another great pantry item, a low sodium canned soup of some type. We also keep a very well-stocked freezer. We actually have 2 freezers. So that adds to our food supply as well. We hope this was super helpful. Our question for the day, and I know you all are so creative and there are so many more items that we could add to this list. So I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm not only going to ask you to add in the comments section more items that you would add to your pantry, but also, do you have a simple, quick pantry meal you can share? Maybe using just 2 ingredients? That would be so helpful to us and our viewers as well. So that's the question of the day, and please leave it down in the comments section below. Now, let's get to the fun part. Today is the day we draw 2 names for our giveaway. Each person will win one $25 Visa gift card. So we're going to go in the other room right now and pick our 2 names. First thing we're going to do is put our video in, and we're going to filter duplicate users. We're going to include the replies to the comments, and we're going to filter comments based on the specific text, which is Frugal Money Saver. Going to put the number 11 in here. Oh my goodness, look at all these comments coming in. 1,457. Okay, I'm going to come over here and we are going to start the raffle and pick our first winner. Here it is, SOPJN. Wonderful, congratulations. Woo! And now we're gonna pick the next winner for the second gift card. Here we go. Okay, ready? Peggy Sullivan, way, congratulations. Congratulations to both of our winners. Send us your regular mailing address to frugalmoneysaver@gmail.com and we'll get the gift certificate out to you. Congratulations to both our winners. So congratulations to both our winners. We thank everyone who left us such amazing comments. Thank you. And I am sorry that I did not get to answer each individual comment. We read every single one of them and we hearted them, but there were almost 2,000. There was no way I physically could have answered each one. And I know you all understand that. I know you're all so great. And we thank you. We appreciate you. Congratulations to our winners. And hey, we're over 41,000. So 45 is going to come pretty quick and we'll have another giveaway. And our 2 winners, please don't forget to send in your mailing address to our email, frugalmoneysaver@gmail.com, and we'll get them right out to you. Thank you again for sharing this time with us. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up. It helps us so much out in the world of YouTube. We ask, if you haven't subscribed, come on in, click that subscribe button and become part of our family. We would love to have you here. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God bless you.